And welcome to game number 3 of the Women's Division I tournament here in Columbus, Ohio. Number 2, Adrian, looks to continue the school's success as they take on Amherst out of UMass Amherst, excuse me. Adrian College, of course, winning the Division I tournament last night rather convincingly against the Illinois Illini. The Bulldogs in the women's section looking to continue their success and take home a Division I sweep between the ACHA. Game 1 of 3, so you'll need to win 2 games out of these 3 in order to move on to the next round and get into a placement for the final four. Excuse me. Boz and Travari inside the Ohio Health Ice House in Columbus, Ohio, just adjacent to Nationwide Arena, home to the Columbus Blue Jackets, who have so graciously let us use their facilities here. Welcome you as you take a look at UMass Amherst. We'll send it down to Andy Stores for the pregame introductions here.
Good evening, parents and hockey fans, and fans watching the live webcast on the ACHA YouTube network. Welcome to the Ohio Health Ice House in Columbus, Ohio for the 2018 American Collegiate Hockey Association Women's Division I National Championship Tournament, hosted by the Greater Columbus Sports Commission, the Columbus Blue Jackets, and the Ohio Health Chiller Ice Rinks. This is ACHA Public Address Announcer Andy Stores. Game number 3 today features on the visiting bench the number 7 seed UMass Amherst Minutemen. And on the home team bench, the number 2 seed Adrian College Bulldogs. Let's meet the starting lineups for this evening's game. First, on the visiting bench, the UMass Amherst Minutemen. In goal, a senior from Feeding Hills, Massachusetts, number 35, Amber Green. On defense, a junior from Walpole, Massachusetts, number 7, Olivia Knight. On defense, a freshman from Westford, Massachusetts, number 17, Kelly DeMarco. At center, a senior from Medford, Massachusetts, number 11, Brittany Lanzilli. At left wing, a senior from Knowlton, New Jersey, number 2, Kelly Dolan. And at right wing, a sophomore from Stoneham, Massachusetts, number 18, Juliana Dolan. The head coach of the Minutemen is Bill Wright. His assistant is Steve Magner. And now let's meet the starting lineups for the home team bench, the Adrian Bulldogs. In goal, a senior from Hamilton, Ontario, number 30, Allison Dungy. On defense, a sophomore from Windsor, Ontario, number 5, Kylene Wilson. On defense, a senior from Rockford, Michigan, number 6, Tara Werbelis. At center, a junior from Waterloo, Ontario, number 66, Kaylee Hardy. At left wing, a junior from Sterling Heights, Michigan, number 91, Sam Fortune. And at right wing, a junior from Orangeville, Ontario, number 13, Nicole Parody. The head coach of the Bulldogs is Brett Berger. His assistants are Hannah Griffin and Sam Fallon. Ladies and gentlemen, would you all please rise and kindly remove all caps and join me, soloist Andy Stores and organist Gary Lichthart, in the singing and playing of the Star Spangled Banner. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
PA announcer Andy Storrs on the call and the introductions here. Welcome you inside the broadcast booth. Boz Echevarri to join you from Columbus, Ohio, and we thank you for watching this matchup between the number 2 Adrian Bulldogs and the number 7 UMass Amherst Minutemen. In goal for the Minutemen, number 35 Amber Green coming in with a record of 14-9-1. She's played in 24 games this year, a 190 goals against average and a 93.6 save percentage. For the Adrian College Bulldogs, in goal is Allison Dungy. She's carrying a 17-2-1 average or record, 1.28, 1.25 goals against average, and a 94.6 save percentage. Of course, all those stats I just mentioned kind of go out the window tonight as everything resets to 0 for postseason play. Adrian College out of Michigan, and of course, UMass Amherst out of Massachusetts. We thank you for joining us on the ACHA National Championships Network. A couple players might want to keep your eye on for UMass. Number 11, Brittany Lanzilli, coming in with 18 goals, 9 assists, 27 points. Of course, Joanna Olsen as well, 17 goals, 9 assists, 26 points on the year. And Juliana Dolan, 8 goals, just 20 points and also 28 penalties in minutes. Penalty won by UMass Amherst, and they quickly dump it in, and giving chase is Lanzilli. Won by the Bulldogs behind their own net as they come out and try to break this one up. They went off the skate of Fortune. Now back, and Fortune will take it here near side. Still in her defensive zone. She just angles this off the boards, where it's played up ahead by Lauren Hughes. Or excuse me, that was Kelly DeMarco. The Bulldogs do stay onside and back the other way. Crawling it backside is Mercek. UMass Amherst now tries to move this up, and up ahead goes number 15, Megan Lawler. Lawler lost it off of her blade, and now going back the other way is Paradis. Paradis 3-on-2, stick handles by, and gets a shot that stayed on the ice. Back the other way we go. Up ahead, step back out in front, turned aside and corralled, but not before it was knifed off the stick. Adrian College goes the other way with the puck inside her own zone as Mercek. Now for more, she couldn't get it deep enough and finally comes out of the zone. We're playing it and bring it back in as Levasseur, but not before she was offsides as we hold with 14:48 left here in the first period. Offsides the call as Adrian moves about. Face-off win here as going back are the Bulldogs. Now just dumped in deep and given chase there. Number 13, Sarah O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan in the far side corner. Tried to clear it up the middle. Probably not the best idea. And right there to intercept the puck was Zimba. Now behind her own net. Or excuse me, the net is Polson. Shot here. It hit a couple players out in front and crawling the puck is Zimba. And a save here from Amber Green with 18:21 left here in this first period. And now getting tossed is Hardy. Face-off violation, so now coming in is Paradis, the captain for the team, also listed as a right winger. Now back the other way as play goes up at half boards. And now finally out of the zone. Now giving chase here is Lanzilli. It was held up at the boards. And play halted as UMASS offside. Puck will come in the zone. 18:08 left here in this first period. Glove side to the goaltender, Allison Dungy. Help ahead, but misguided and blocked by Kelly Dolan. Dolan angles off a player in San Fortune. Now finally here at the half boards and finally out of the zone. Now going back the other way is Lanzilli. UMass Amherst going left to right here, and a shot from Lanzilli corralled and saved by Allison Dungy with 17:44 left here in this first period. In the circle for UMass, Megan Lawler. She's going to do battle here with Moore. Excuse me, that was Hughes for Adrian College. Now back into the corner, played up ahead, as now Moore does try to angle it out. She couldn't get it out all the way, but back to Moore's stick. And now finally still kept in Binkowski. Binkowski, shot that got turned away. Now finally circles around in the corner, leaves it up ahead. Shot from the face-off dot, glove side, or excuse me, stick side of Dungy, turned away. Now up ahead over the stick of Coleman. Back out now, slot, still out, and coming all the way out to now cover it up is Allison Dungy. Little bit of a scare for the Bulldogs early in the first period. Again, a bit of a break between these teams have last played a game, so maybe a little bit of rust. Dungy a little bit of apprehensive. Either way, she made the save, and it's still 0-0. Back up. Adrian College goes, but found the stick of Gallagher. Gallagher tried to get it deep, and getting hooked as she was trying to play it back was Turner. Into the corner, as playing it is Levasseur. Back out. And now finally deep. Going in and plays Mersek. Into the corner we go. Back up to the top, and now finally getting out is Turner. Turner tried to get it deep, but Adrian was right there, and now corralling the puck and skating this out is Kristen LaBelle. LaBelle had this one knifed off of her stick. And now soccering this one forward, and with speed goes Dolan. Dolan finds the red line here, the goal line, as she's canceled out there by an Adrian player and Jess Harrison. Now back a breakaway opportunity here as Levasseur hurries, but she just dumps it and peels off towards the end of her shift. D-to-D pass, Olivia Knight now up ahead here for Dolan. Gets by here, out in front, a shot and saved by Amber Green as Adrian knocking on the doorstep to get that first shot off. .16 left here in this first period. Thank you for joining us for game 1 of 3, potentially 3, I should say. You got to win 2 of 3 to advance. Now behind their own net goes the Amherst captain in Lanzilli. This one thrown back far side of the half boards, and I was thinking about carrying it out. That's good patience right there. Now back the other way goes Dolan. Dolan's going to have to stick handle through a couple of Bulldog players. Shot goes in the skates of Kylie Wilson. Wilson, native out of Windsor, Ontario, Canada. Sending this one deeper, tried to at least, was Gallagher, and it found the stick of Rebellis. Rebellis couldn't get through as she's still down there. Now back the other way with speed. Here goes Binkowski. Binkowski couldn't get by an Adrian Bulldog defender, but nevertheless she gets the puck back. Now Olsen. Olsen gets this one deep in the corner and giving chase. Ready for Brooklyn Moore. Into the corner we go. Battle ensues there. Now finally up to the half boards, but it was sent right back in from the point by DeMarco. Now finally up ahead. Play goes back to DeMarco. It's in the skates of DeMarco, and DeMarco couldn't handle it. Pass here, and it's still in front, and Adrian scores! And it is Kaylee Hardy who shoots off the opening salvo. And it's 1-0 in favor of Adrian with 14:43 left in this opening frame. Now Kristen LaBelle goes into the corner. This one just sent back. Still out in front here. Adrian knocking on the door again. A save as a pile on top of Amber Green, who did a remarkable job in keeping this a one-goal game. Well, so far 1-0 here with 14:28. And to take this face-off for Adrian College, Jesse rushing. Now one back played by Rebellis. Wilson, drive, and it's wide of the net. As now comes all the way back out, playing it here is Polson. Back to her D, down to Polson. Polson lost in her skates a little bit, and she'll just get this one deep. Now rushing it down in there, trying to play it as she was met by 2 Minutemen. Up ahead comes near side, trying to generate some speed is Juliana Dolan. Juliana Dolan, of course, on the year, 8 goals, 12 assists, total of 20 points. She did rack up the penalty minutes, however, as this one was sent up by Ziemba. Now goes all the way, and the Bulldogs have iced the puck. To take a look at goaltender Amber Green. And her counterpart there, the other side, Allison Dungy. Faceoff comes to the stick side, the blocker side of Dungy, with 13:41 gone by. 1-0 the score in favor of Adrian, and now this one sent up the half boards as Adrian tries to get this one number 1 out of their zone. Missing the stick of Ziemba there, is now giving chase for UMASS is Gallagher. Behind their own net goes, and Ziemba still in there. Being watched by a couple of Bulldog players. And now finally breaking this one out. Well, Lawler at least tried to. She was looking for the stick of Joanna Olsen. Now Moore goes behind her own net. Maybe using that as a screen, but watching her and actually applying some pressure was Joanna Olsen. Now back the other way, and having this knifed off her stick was Sam Fortune. Up ahead come near side. Hannah Sullivan, now Arnold. And back to Fortune as she crosses mid-ice. Up to head as Fortune takes a bit of a body. And into the corner we go. Corralling the puck. Sarah O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan now up ahead here near side for Turner. And back into the corner we go. Getting to the puck is Knight. Knight watched by a couple of Bulldogs here in the corner. Being supported there by Sullivan. Finally digging this one out is Hughes. Out in front here, the shot goes. Might have hit the side of the cage as the puck is now below that goal line again. Finally angling off this off the boards is O'Sullivan. And into the middle, but not out of the zone. And finally, the Minutemen are able to get this one out as Turner was able to carry it out. Up ahead, but not being able to get to the puck was Hannah Lee. Up here, and now here near side boards. Shot and a save as Harrison fired that one off rather quickly with 11:58 left. Adrian in front, 1-0 with just under 12 minutes to go. LaBelle, the center. And it went by LaBelle. Now back and intercepted there. That was a good read there by Dolan. Dolan had it knifed off her stick as Mercek was there. But now behind her own net goes DeMarco. Up ahead and not yet out of the Amherst zone. Trying to backhand this one deep was the defenseman is Sabrina Camp. Still not in deep, but Amherst still hasn't cleared the zone. And now their captain in Juliana Dolan. We're going to have a penalty here, and it's a trip against UMass Amherst. It's going to be against Kelly Dolan, so she's going to get 2 minutes for tripping. And it will put Adrian back on, well, I guess It'll give Adrian the first power play of the game. $11:29 here left in the first period. And a tie-up, now finally back, and one up ahead for Rebellis. Shot here, was looking for a couple of Adrian players in front. Wasn't really driven very hard, though, by Paradis. Now down low. Corner battle ensues. Olivia Knight trying to get this one out and just clear it down. She wasn't able to do it. Now in the corner goes Gallagher. And finally, UMass does get it down all the way. Settling this one down is Allison Dungy. Back to corral. This puck is Rebellis, who just left it for her captain, and Kaylee Hardy, who also has the first tally for the Bulldogs. Adrian on side as Paradis tried to leave it for her teammate. Now up ahead from the point and walking this one in is Rebellis. Shot here, and a good pad save by Amber Green. Out of the corner, and walking behind the net went Ziemba. Now back to play this, and trying to go off the glass. Doesn't clear it out of the zone, but now an errant pass from Adrian, and UMass can get a much needed change with 45 left in the power play. Wilson goes D to D here, up ahead here for Harrison. And now left back for Harrison. Harrison from the red line looking for Ziemba, and the Bulldogs have iced the puck with 9:59 left here in the first period. 1-0 the score in favor of Adrian. The captain and Kaylee Hardy firing the opening salvo as Adrian wins the face-off. Behind her own net goes Jess Harrison. Wasn't able to get it out of the zone and lead the breakout here. Now was looking for a stretch pass that was intended for rushing. Going back and playing, this is Schultz. Schultz goes around the boards. Doesn't get it out there, as in front was Kylie Wilson. Now finally going around the boards again. Met at the half boards. A couple of Bulldogs, but Wilson gets it. Now was looking for the stick of Polson. Couldn't find it. Now shot that was blockered away by Nicole Paradis. Back into the corner we go. Paradis will go as she gets it to the point here. And Jess Harrison. Now Wilson. Adrian gets a change. And Dolan. And this one knifed off and not out of the zone as this one just played back. And now getting it even deeper was Paradis as she peels off. Into the far side corner, Kelly Dolan. Dolan tried to look for a pass here. Coming over was Brittany Lanzilli and couldn't find her. Not all the way down deep as Olivia Knight goes and brought it dangerously out in front. Now comes Lanzilli. Lanzilli with speed. Watched by 4 Bulldogs. Shot here. Was looking for a 5-hole on Allison Dungy. Couldn't find it with 8:44 left here in period number 1. As Adrian finds themselves in front by a goal. Kirsten LaBelle in center. Opposite of her is Lanzilli. Now out in front here, shot that went into the skates. And now finally into the corner trying to backhand this one towards the net was Juliana Dolan. Play comes back and behind her own net went a couple of Bulldogs. Now still out in front. The puck's still out in front, but getting to it and going to skate this one out to safety was Jesse Rushing. Adrian not able to get it out of the zone, and now they finally do. Pass almost intercepted by Sarah O'Sullivan. She got her stick on it to deflect it. Into the corner we goes. Maddie Arnold goes all the way around the boards. And now finally met at the half boards. A couple Bulldogs, a couple Minutemen kept this one in, but Adrian finally does get it out of the zone. Adrian on a change. Now up ahead here, far side Olsen. Olsen a shot, and a save by Dungy. 7:56 left here in period number 1. Face off, you see to the blocker side of Dungy. Not out of the zone, now giving chase here and trying to guide it along was Lawler. She couldn't handle it, but knocking it down and trying to angle it off the boards, Olsen. Up ahead here as Adrian corrals it, now with control. Hughes tried to get a pass out here for Coleman. Coleman with some speed as she fires off a shot, then gets tripped up a little bit. Down into the corner, now finally out where Camp. Camp goes D to D. One-time shot that went over everyone's head, and now back to the near side half boards. Crossing pass there, and on in front for Adrian College. As now bringing the puck out goes Binkowski. Binkowski dumps this as she peels off for a change. LeCrown to apply the forecheck. Katie Turner as the rest of her teammates come along. Now up to the half boards. Hughes will angle it near side boards in front of her own bench, and this one sent right back down. Now here a shot looking out in front, rolling puck, and a good stick lift there for Sullivan as she gets tangled up and goes to the board. Support there for Dolan. Now back out, and a shot that was nowhere near the front of the net. Puck that sailed out in front, and that was Sullivan who was out in front. Now back the other way, kind of towards the end of her shift, is Hardy. Excuse me, that's Polson back the other way. Shot that was looking near side post, so a couple of feet short. Up ahead for Ziemba. She's contacted there. Again, body contact permissible. Body checking not. Trying to stick handle around through 4 Bulldogs was Lanzilli. Couldn't do it. Puck knifed off the other way and trying to get this one back deep was Dolan. Now up ahead here. Just left behind for Lanzilli. Lanzilli trying to generate some speed. She looks behind for a drop pass to Gallagher. And Gallagher just goes around the boards, is now meeting at the half boards and having it slide through her feet was Dolan. Walking in toward the center line was DeMarco. DeMarco's shot was blocked, but DeMarco, she peels off as it was left ahead for Lanzilli. Into the corner as Fortune takes it. Being watched there by Dolan. Pressure applied still at the corner boards. As Dolan tried to stick handle through a couple of Bulldogs. That wasn't done. It was sticked off by Fortune. Fortune with speed. A 2-on-3. As her stick was lifted, now she goes in the corner and below the goal line. Circling around, still circling with it. Looking for a defenseman who was at the center, wasn't there. Now D to D for Moore. Moore had to fire off a rolling puck there as Binkowski was applying some pressure. This one just ladled up and now deep in the zone where Hardy gives chase. Hardy has the 1 goal for Adrian College. Sent out in front of the crease. No Adrian Bulldogs in there as this one is gloved down by Arnold. Shot by Hardy, and it was gloved down and covered up by Amber Green. 4:58 left here in period number 1. Face-off will come blocker side to Amber Green. Shot here far post that sailed wide. Now LaBelle in front. And this one intercepted as a good job back checking was Harrison. Oh, nice stick move there as Mercek was bumped into a little bit. It's the legal play though. As sticking this one back in is LaBelle. LaBelle has to hold up as it did come out of the zone. As coming out was Levasseur. Oh, trip here, maybe no call as it wasn't enough to take away an opportunity. However, the trip nonetheless now up ahead and went through everyone's skate, and it was potentially played and could have been handled by a Bulldog, so icing now waved off. Coming in and just sending this one in deep is Tatum Schultz. Far side boards corralled by Wilson. Now Adrian Ziemba. And from their own blue line, Amherst tries to get this one deep. Now Ziemba just gloves this down to her blade. No hand pass there. She played it herself. Didn't any motion with her glove to play it up ahead. Now finally angled off the boards where Sullivan goes. Now below the goal line, played back D to D. Schultz and Sullivan go in there. Support from the Bulldogs. Ziemba gets this one back out, and now just low as playing it is Polson. DDB pass more near side. It goes down low, waiting for it was Rushing. Still out in front. Up ahead, Olsen tries to break this one out. Now finds the skate of Dolan. Dolan now back for Dolan. Her sister. Number 13, O'Sullivan. Knifed off the stick. And back the other way goes Gallagher. All the way around the boards and picking this puck up is Olivia Knight. And Meredith Gallagher tries to get this one out. Couldn't do it as this one gets sent back in by Rebellis. Into the corner, waiting for someone was Paradis, and now finally tries to get this all the way around. Wilson had to come back as the attacker, Juliana Dolan, will just peel off as she dumps it into the corner. Picked up in the last 2:30 we go here in the first period. Is now picking up the puck and just dumping it to Sam Fortune. She'll peel off for a change, and we'll go D-to-D here for Olivia Knight of UMass Amherst. Up ahead and a good stick there, but not before picking it up is Megan Lawler. Lawler trying to get around Rebellis, and she was in part able to, but couldn't get the puck until it was played back. Now up ahead, far side boards for Britt Levasseur. Warsick up ahead, still out in the slot here, and a race to get to the puck, and getting to it was Levasseur. She still has it. This one is deflected out, still in between the hash marks in the high slot. Now a shot here, and a bit of a changeup. Might have gotten the stick of an Amherst player. Now still out in front here in the crease and doing a good job of keeping it out was Amber Green. Things got a little skittish as it went off a couple of skates, a couple of sticks, but didn't find it crossing the goal line in between the cage. Now last 90 seconds we go, glove down, but right to the corner as Britt Levasseur goes. A lot of time in their own zone. UMass Amherst is spending. A lot of tired skaters as someone is skied up and off the netting, where we'll have a haltage with 1:14 left here in period number 1. A period that has seen Adrian score 1 goal. It was Kaylee Hardy, the junior out of Waterloo, Ontario, who scored the first goal. Face-off win here by Adrian, sent to the front of the net, and crashing hard that back corner, or excuse me, that back post was Danica Polson. Ahead goes Olivia Knight. Knight a little bit behind the skate of Graham. Back below the goal line and playing it around the boards was Knight, as now the puck was almost intercepted by Fortune. Moore will just get this one deep as settling it down is Green. Into the last 40 we go. Around the boards far side, picking this one up is DeMarco. DeMarco finally gets this up ahead for Dolan, but not into their own offensive zone. Lynn Zilli tried to walk into the slot and had her stick lifted around. Back the other way we go, and Adrian right now being suffocating defensively. Paradis. This one sent in deep by Lanzilli, and it was blocked by the skate of Moore, who lost it in her feet with the last 10 we go. Crawling it and playing puck possession right now, Maddie Arnold. Up ahead for Moore. Now it was intercepted as Olsen goes in, a shot that wouldn't have counted as time expired by the time it got to the goaltender and Allison Dungy. And after the first 20 minutes, Adrian College finds himself up with a 1-goal lead, courtesy of Kaylee Hardy. And that's where we stand. We'll take a short break. We'll come back with the second period and more from the Ohio Health Ice House here in Columbus, Ohio. And we welcome you back to the Ohio Health Ice House in Columbus, Ohio for series number 3, game number 1 as well on the ACHA National Championships Network. You'll probably see this as Women Divisions 1, game number 3 as it is. Of course, in order to advance, you need to win 2 of 3 games to get into the championship phase of this tournament. First period stats, shots in total for Adrian College. Adrian had 10. University of Massachusetts Amherst had 4. The lone tally in period number 1, it was Kaylee Hardy, her first of the postseason, assisted by Sam Fortune and also Nicole Paradis at 5:17 of the first period, and that is where we stand right now. A couple opportunities that Amherst has had. A little bit more for Adrian College as they are currently out shooting the Minutemen by more than a ratio of 2-1. And that's where we stand after the first 20 minutes. The middle frame, the long change. So we'll see as you take a look at Amber Green. We mentioned the outstanding regular season she had with a record of 14-9 and a save percentage of .936. Face-off win by UMASS Amherst. No carryover penalties as we enter the middle frame of the long change. Now back and getting the puck is Kelly DeMarco. She lost it as she tried to send it up ahead, and now stepped into was Lanzilli. Up ahead, Hardy, the goal scorer, and now back the other way as Amherst will try to get this one out and get their breakout going. Circling back in was Dolan, and Dolan was rubbed off by Hardy. And now out in front as playing it back is Green. She decided to stick it below the goal line and finally up to the point where Camp will play it. Camp with a shot out in front, but it was knocked down, and that's where it stayed, over by the hash marks. Fortune, who assisted on Hardy's first goal, now ahead up to the point as this one is rejected right back, and now finally up to the middle where corralling it is Dolan. Back the other way we go, and dumping this one in deep is Rushing. Coming back in, playing this, number 17, and Kelly DeMarco. From behind her own net, and maybe waited a little too long as Rushing harassed her. Now play goes in the corner. Up to the point here where Rebellis will get in, and it sailed over everyone, and deciding to look at it. Sometimes you'll see goalies try to glove that one into their trapper, as Yimba just sends this out in front. And now picked up here at the half boards by Juliana Dolan. Being watched there by Polson, and finally back to the defensive pair as Rebellis gets this up ahead. Now Polson tried to send this one deep, but right there to deny that attempt was Olivia Knight up ahead and was possibly looking for the stick of Rushing. Now this one smacked right back in and into the corner as being tripped up there, and immediately knowing it was Olivia Knight. She'll send the next 2 minutes, assuming that UMass Amherst doesn't kill off this penalty in the penalty box. So 2 minutes for tripping as Adrian College an opportunity to double their lead. Come blocker side of the goaltender and Amber Green, the 7th seed out of Amherst, Massachusetts. Face-off one here by Hardy. And play goes into the corner. Being held up there, so right now Amherst content with just killing time here, as they'll have 2 minutes. Now back the other way. It's going to be Hardy and Olsen on the rush, and Olsen had her stick grabbed. It's probably going to be a holding the stick penalty once Adrian College touches up, and it's a hold, and it's against the goal scorer and captain for Adrian College and Kaylee Hardy. They called it a hold. You could have had your pick between holding the stick and a hold, maybe a hook. Nevertheless, we'll go 4-4 for the next 95 seconds as the face-off will come blocker side of the goaltender in Allison Dungy. UMass trying to get the lines that they want out, right? Of course, the visiting team, they had the first change, which will allow Adrian to get the last change. Getting tied up at the blue line, the play comes offside, as still in the zone was Brittany Lanzilli. 17:36 left here in the middle frame. Thank you for joining us on the ACHA National Championships Network on YouTube. And now getting thrown out of the circle is Jesse Rushing. So now coming in to take this is Olivia Polari. So at the blue line here, now going down deep. There's UMass Amherst with speed, Lanzilli. Lanzilli will leave this behind. No Minutemen there to play the puck. Back the other way. Still in the corner right now. Our view a little bit obscured by a couple of fans, but we'll have to deal with that. Back the other way as trying to play this one forward was Camp. Wasn't there as now Polson plays it. Now walking towards the middle and a good job of denying Rushing the opportunity. This one just angled out. And with a clean sheet of ice, the Minutemen have iced the puck with 16:52 left. So far, if you feel like looking at ice level, had a couple of visits, you take a look at ice level right now. I mean, despite the fact that the men's D1 played here, this Ice House ice staff has done a remarkable job of keeping the ice in awesome condition. Of course, an NHL facility as the Columbus Blue Jackets now out in front here, and a poke check right back into the wickets of goaltender Amber Green. And that was Kirsten LaBelle who applied the pressure. Of course, the Blue Jackets practice facility, a lot of Blue Jackets markings. You'll see, of course, the Ohio State flag involved with the crest. And now back the other way with speed goes Joanna Olsen. Olsen on her way, had her stick lifted. She still fired a shot off, however, it was patted away by the goaltender in Dungy. Now LaBelle circles back, and she'll just give it for her Dean, Brooklyn Moore. Up ahead for LaBelle, it was off of her stick, and the Bulldogs have iced the puck. This will be 4-4 for the next 4 seconds, and then the Bulldogs will go on the penalty kill. .14 left. Face-off win here by Adrian as going back to play this is Moore. She'll go D to D as now the Bulldogs on the penalty kill. Play goes now behind their own goal line, and blown a tire there was Maddie Arnold. This one lofted up, and it'll go the full 200 feet. And we'll about do it for the abbreviated power play that UMass Amherst had. Looked it behind, intercepted here, and stonewalled out in front as there's going to be a penalty. I believe that might be a check applied by Brittany Lanzilli. We'll see, get the call officially here. And looks like a body check. Of course, body contact allowed, body checking not. A body check will draw a 2-minute penalty. Of course, then comes the argumentative line of where does body contact and body checking end and begin? Of course, one of the more controversial rules in women's hockey, of which you might have also noticed during the Olympic tournament just a month ago. Harrison as the Bulldogs on the power play. She'll go D to D here to Wilson. Shot fired up here. Crowd by Rushing. Rushing into the corner. Now up to Harrison up top at the point. Now back to Rushing, looking for Polson, who tried to fire off a one-timer, was just a tad early. Cleared up, but not out of the zone as it did get to the blue line. Going back and playing this is Knight. She tries to go all the way around and does, successfully icing the puck as part of the penalty killers for the Minutemen. Will get a change. 1:20 left here, and the man advantage for the player advantage for the Bulldogs. Harrison gets by a defender, shot this one, and it went off the leg of Meredith Gallagher and into the corner. Now back rushing, was looking for Polson, just a little bit outstretched out of her stick. Now into the corner playing this is Paradis. Paradis now tried to walk inside, was angled off there by Olivia Knight. Now Knight goes down low as this one was intended for Rebellis as she gets the puck. Now walking to the top of the circle, leaves this down low by the red line, looking for Fortune out in front, couldn't find her. Now Hardy here at the hash marks on the near side boards. Back to Fortune. Fortune turns around, a shot here. Turn away, glove side by Green. Now back to the blue line, set up in front, drive still out in front, and Green gets to it. Now she had to hold on for a little bit. Hardy out in front among crashing in was also Nicole Paradis. 24 seconds left here on the player advantage for the Adrian College Bulldogs. The women's D1 team find themselves in the same position as the men found them. Number 2 seed overall, of which, of course, the Adrian College Bulldogs last night won their first ever men's Division I national championship. The women's team hoping to do the same. Now back the other way, and it's going to be a 2-on-3. Leading the charge out here was Joanna Dolan, the playoff sides, however. With 13:43 left. And the body checking penalty. I think they're trying to sort out the lines right now. Of course, once Amherst sends out their players, that's all it is. And now getting tossed from the circle was Kirsten LaBelle. Reset and do this again as the win goes to Adrian, but Crown the puck and now in the zone with 2-1, and finally Amherst back to full strength. Played up ahead and trying to generate some speed, but went through the skates of Mercek. Now with speed, Polson goes. Polson a shot! And it went off the mask of Green. Polson with a great feed there, but not able to put it home. Now Arnold into the zone. Gives it up, a shot here, and a good leg save by Green. Setting this right back up where Arnold gets taken down. Up ahead, and LaBelle gets ran into, and this one sent down. And no icing waved off as that rolling puck gained enough friction to slow down. Back below the red line up ahead here as LaBelle will ice this puck the whole way, and we'll see who wins the race as the Bulldogs have iced the puck. 12:46 left here in period number 2. Only one goal to tally, and that was off the blade of Kaylee Hardy. Kylie Wilson and O'Sullivan, excuse me. Now back the other way, play goes. Up ahead and finally out of the zone as playing up ahead was Mercek. Polson now finally walks into the zone. Trying to stick handle here, protecting the puck, but puck goes in the corner where Polson still plays it. Now walking up the corner boards and being harassed there. Maybe even hooked by Megan Lawler. No call now up ahead. Now trying to generate some speed, Joanna Olsen. Up ahead here. And having this one knifed off of her stick. Olsen battled the half boards. Now finally out of the zone as Polson couldn't corral it. And Gallagher sent this one up ahead. It went off the blade of Katie Turner. Now back down low, Canton gets by her marker and Olivia Knight. And kind of meeting of the bodies right there at the goal line. It's out in front as now Ziemba tries to get it. Maybe a stick lift there, maybe a little bit of a hook, but this one caromed off the glass and now back in as onside go the Bulldogs, and playing this is Gallagher. Gallagher goes around the boards, and activating from the point was Wilson. Back to the point here, drive, and it goes just short of the near post. Up ahead to the top, and Wilson. Wilson sends this one, but it finds the leg of Hannah Sullivan as Sullivan tries to angle this one up ahead. Getting there is Turner. Turner, a shot here and saved And crashing into the net, no penalty here. It was an even play, a 50-50 puck. As also losing her stick was Dungy. Dungy has her stick in the net. She finally picks it up. As it played back to neutral ice. Getting to the puck is Kelly Dolan. And now Kelly Dolan, up by the Blue Jacket logo, tried to send this one deep, but it was gloved down by Hardy. Hardy gets tangled up with Dolan into the end boards here, and now Hardy picks it up. Into the corner, play goes back. Now trying to skate around a couple of people. Juliana Dolan, a wraparound attempt. Stonewalled here, puck still loose. Down below the goal line, now Adrian comes back the other way. It is Danica Polson with speed. Shot here and a save. Excuse me, that was Polari. Wearing number 51, 51-61, very similar, I apologize. But nevertheless, Amber Green making the save and keeping it a 1-goal deficit for Amherst. Face-off win here. And now up ahead. Was missing the blade of Binkowski. Angled up the half boards, found a couple of players. It was stalled up there, but not before it was picked up and bodied. And we're going to have a checking call here against UMass. Now Moore from the blue line. D-to-D pass. Arnold with a shot here, still out in front. And finally covering up was Amber Green. We're going to have a checking call. Being sent off, not Lauren Hughes. It is Kelly DeMarco, the guilty party. And will serve the 2 minutes. Puts Adrian College right back on the power play. With 9:49 left. So just midway through regulation time. Face-off one goes back for Harrison, up by the ACHA logo. And a pass that was errant, although intended for Olivia Ziemba. Still out in front here, as now angled off the boards, but Harrison takes it from the point. She gets it right back for Ziemba. Ziemba shot here and saved, as out in front was Jesse Rushing looking for a deflection. 9:32 left here in period 2. Just over 103 seconds left on the power play. One back as now playing this goes O'Sullivan. She rings it around the boards. Trying to clear it out, but not getting it there was Binkowski. Binkowski's still doing battles at the half board as now she finally gets it up ahead. And it is Landilli who was being harassed by 3 Bulldogs as she tried to break this out. Maybe looking for a breakaway opportunity on a man rush. Back the other way as just leaving it behind her was Kaylee Hardy. Fortune now up here near side, as trying to weave through a couple defenders was Rebellis. Now Fortune out in front here. Cheeky attempt there as she waited as long as possible before trying to go 5-hole here. Now icing here as UMass Amherst, the D, will get a change. Left ahead here, picking up the puck goes Paratus. Circling back, good forecheck here as Polson being tangled up. Now Rebellis gets it up ahead for Polson. It was too far for her, as now it goes back to Polson. Polson below the goal line. Left it for Ziemba. Ziemba was watched by a couple of Minutemen. Now back for Harrison here near side point. She could handle it on her backhand. Circles around and just drives this one deep along the boards. As now giving chase was Rushing. And this one hopped over the stick of Wilson as she's going to have to go back. And that will all but do it for this Adrian College power play. Left all alone goes Polson. Now up ahead here for Rushing. Rushing a backhand attempt and sticked up and gloved by Amber Green with 7:44 left in period number 2. Almost the same storyline as game number 1 right now. 1-0 in favor of Adrian College. Adrian College looking to take a one-game lead going into game number 2 tomorrow. Now still out in front. Play goes to the half boards where Arnold plays it. She'll just go around the boards as down low waiting for it was Mercek. She couldn't handle it. She'll just go around the boards here on a drive. That wasn't a very good one from Moore. Now hopped over the stick of Moore. With speed goes, I believe that's Turner, and Turner had this one deflected up. Now up ahead here for Coleman. Coleman with speed, and the Bulldogs are offside. .7:10 left, period number 2. You see by the graphic, Adrian College up by 1 goal. The second seed in this tournament as they were in men's D1. Looking for a Division I sweep. Now Harrison will get this one deep. Going back to play, this goes Olivia Knight. She gets canceled out there, now back the other way. A 2-on-1 if Dolan hurries. Dolan with a pair up ahead and a save by the goaltender Dungy. Did she ever come across quick and cancel out that opportunity? Great job by Dungy. 6:48 left in period number 2. Face off won by Amherst. A drive! Turned away by Wilson as she got her blade down. Wasn't even able to redirect it, just completely blocked the shot with her blade. Out and finally cleared. As now trying to get this one deep is Jesse Rushing. Now here up ahead. And now trying to circle back and losing the handle on the puck was Dolan. Still battling along the half boards. Dolan walks out with it, sends it all the way across the ice and out of the zone. As now Rebellis will just get this one deep again. Soccer down. And now out of the zone as coming out of her bench was Joanna Olsen. Shot here from the slot that came from Binkowski, but it was blocked now behind the goal line. Now left back for Binkowski. Down low also Megan Lawler. To the point, out to Lawler. Lawler's crossing attempt was stalkered away by Kylene Wilson. Shot here and into the crest of it, the Adrian College goaltender with 5:33 left here in period number 2. Wherever you are, thank you for joining us at the Ohio Health Ice House. Watching also on the ACHA National Championships Network. I think we're having a challenge from head coach here. I don't know, at least Bill Wright wants an explanation for something. He's talking to one of the officials. Referees on tonight's game, Janine Martinez and Amanda Treziak. And possibly a trip there, but I think a 50-50 puck, and losing her stick there was Adrian Colt. Britt Lavassier. Now Lavassier gets by an Amherst defender, and into the corner she goes. Now looking for a centering pass out in front. It was in the skates of multiple players, and now finally out icing. We'll see who wins the race here, as coming out and playing it was Dungy. I guess she didn't like what she saw in front of her. Is skating well, trying to get to the puck was Joanna Dolan. Now still out in front here. And now where the puck goes, Kelly Dolan, and into the glove of Allison Dungy, who so far right now pitching a shutout with 4:46 left in this second period. Lenzilli in the face-off circle for UMASS. Amherst is won by Lenzilli and just goes D to D as the Amherst defenders will just try to get this one deep. Goes into the wickets there of Dolan. Dolan trying to send this one out in front of the crease. Wasn't able to do it. Now finally with it. It was DeMarco. And look out here as we're going to have a penalty. And it will be against the captain and Kaylee Hardy. 4:26 left in period 2. UMass Amherst looking to get their first goal of the tournament. First goal in this game. And they'll have a good opportunity to do it as they will have a player advantage for the next 2 minutes. So body checking the call as Amherst trying to apply some pressure. Now out in front here, and it was soccered to the half boards. Finally back the other way, now generating speed goes Mercek. Mercek watched by 3 Minutemen. And finally rubbed into the boards there. Again, body contact. Legal, body checking not. Now Olsen the other way, Olsen into the zone. Olsen up at the far side half boards, and she'll just decide to go all the way around with it. A centering pass denied there by Rebellis. Up to the point where playing it, trying to get down low was DeMarco. Now Lanzilli taking their time with 60 seconds left now. Now still out in front, was looking for a short side shot. Puck still loose, getting her stick tied. Now back to the point. Well, not back to the point, but one of the point defenders is DeMarco. Now Lanzilli walks into the far side circle and now goes down low. And now looking for DeMarco, who's up the corner, up at the top here. And an errant pass. Now up to the top again for DeMarco. Down low, shot by Dolan. Couldn't get it through. Last 27 seconds, Lanzilli there. Lanzilli for Dolan. Dolan tried to walk through the middle. Now shot out in front and covering up is Allison Dungy with 2:43 left. Only 18 seconds left on this power play. The Ohio Health Ice House, home to the Division I National Championships. Actually, all the finals for each championship played here in the Ice House, the official practice facility for the Columbus Blue Jackets. Find themselves in the first wild card position, at least when today started in the Eastern Conference. Al Corrallon and circling around Lanzilli. Lanzilli, as this penalty expires, and it's going to be another power play for UMass. Offsides go Massachusetts, and it's going to be a hooking call against Adrian College. Guilty of that penalty, Olivia Ziemba. As if Adrian College kills this penalty, there will be 18 seconds left. If they don't, it'll be a tie game. And Hardy will take the face off for Adrian College. As Hardy wins the face off, goes back to Harrison. Harrison goes all the way around the boards, but kept in here near side by O'Sullivan. She couldn't keep it in as applying the back check there was Paratus. We'll go back to Olivia Knight as Knight from her own circle will try to get this up ahead. Looking for Cassandra Binkowski. Up ahead for Hardy, who has the goal already. In deep, of course, no icing as Adrian College. Team of now those went off the referee. Out in front below the goal line, this one sailed wide of the crease. Inside Dolan, not Dolan, that was Camp. Well, finally up ahead here, trying to stick handle by a couple of defenders, goes Dolan. Dolan is still with the puck and finally enters the Adrian College zone. She lost the handle on it with the last 60 seconds about to ensue. As going back and playing this was Sullivan. Up ahead, hopping over the stick here, and now just sent right all the way back down. So At this point here, UMass Amherst having all kinds of problems trying to enter the zone to get a shot off. Final 60 seconds here, kind of incidental contact, no penalty. Up ahead we go. Entering the zone finally is Lauren Hughes. Hughes goes into the corner. Adrian College playing a very aggressive box right now. No Amherst players in the middle of the net now. Rushing canceled out, and we're going to have a penalty. And it's going to be interference against Sabrina Kemp, so that will do it for the power play. And it'll give us 4-on-4 for the next 19 seconds and put Adrian College on an abbreviated power play. .37-7 left here in period number 2. Face-off one here by the Bulldogs. Went through the skates of Hardy as now she gives a chase. She'll pull up the half boards. No one there watching. She decides to get it deep. That was Olivia Knight there in charge. As now we go up ahead, and now trying to get this one out was Paradis. Back the other way, and now Fortune all by herself. She came out of the box. A shot here, they score! Fortune's first into the tournament, and it doubles the lead on UMass Amherst. Fortune came out of the box, and no one from UMass Amherst knew about it. Fortune was left wide open. I didn't really hear a stick banging on the ice. Usually you hear the goaltenders banging their stick, trying to notify the rest of their team that, hey, that penalty is expiring. And after a late second period goal, Adrian College finds themselves up 2 after 40 minutes. Sam Fortune, the goal scorer, and after 40 minutes, they find Adrian College Bulldogs find themselves up 2-0. We'll take a short break, come back with the third period. You're watching the Adrian College Bulldogs versus the UMass Amherst Minutemen. Game number 1 of a 3-game set on ACHA National Championships Network. And we welcome you back to the Ohio Health Ice House in Columbus, Ohio. Game number 3 on the docket. Of course, game number 1 of 3 between the Adrian College Bulldogs and the UMass Amherst Minutemen. A series where it is you got to win 2 of 3 in order to advance, and so far right now, the Adrian College Bulldogs currently have a 2-goal lead. The second goal came on the power play, courtesy of Sam Fortune. Her first of the postseason was assisted by Tara Rebellis at 19:52 of period number 2. UMass Amherst surmounting 7 shots, a total of 11 over 2 periods, and Adrian College 13 shots in period number 2, amassing a total of 23 shots over 2 periods. Boz and Chavari with you on the call. Welcome you inside the Ice House as both teams now take the ice. First, taking a look at the Adrian College Bulldogs as they come back. And just down below us to our left, getting stretched out there, are the Minutemen of UMass Amherst. No carryover penalties, as of course the power play goal from Sam Fortune allowed for the penalty to be dissolved. Join for the last 20 seconds before we start to get going here. And thank you for joining us for watching game number 3 of the Women's Division I National Championship Series on the ACHA National Championship Network here on YouTube. Hope you've enjoyed this one so far. Been a pleasure bringing this one to you. 5-on-5 hockey as we incur the last 20 minutes of this game. Should the score stay in, or should UMass Amherst not get 2 goals without allowing 1 up? Now back the other way and power her way through everyone was the captain for Adrian College, and Nicole Paratis. However, she powered probably too strongly as she went by the goaltender Amber Green and into the net. Just 8 seconds in to period number 2. Face-off win here by UMass. And it goes down below the goal line before having it pickpocketed backhand attempt that gets turned away by the goaltender Amber Green. Now down to the corner play goes. Hardy involved in that battle alongside Brittany Lanzilli. Battle of captains in the corner. Winning that one is Adrian College as this one gets sent back out. And angling it off the glass is Olivia Knight. Up ahead is Lanzilli as she had this one knifed off of her stick by her captain counterpart in Hardy. Now trying to force this one forward is Rebella. She gets this one somewhat deep, but not before UMass Amherst picks it up. And now we go Rebellis as Hardy was offside. And after the first 54 seconds, not much doing. .1906 left in period number 3. We also invite you to stay tuned. Liberty University, Minnesota Golden Gophers. The 4th game on the docket tonight. As coming back and playing, this is Harrison. Up ahead as Campbell sent this one on a clean sheet of ice, icing the call. The Bulldogs have iced it. 9:30 p.m. the expected face-off for this game between the Golden Gophers of Minnesota and Liberty University. A matchup where Liberty University, the #1 seed, Minnesota Golden Gophers, the #8 seed. Currently are warming up right now behind us. Getting the calisthenics in before their game. Battle along the half boards and still playing it up. Amherst trying to keep it in, and they do. That was Lanzilli on it. Now a shot from Lanzilli, a bit of a change up here as she couldn't get enough graphite on it. On a change was the left defenseman coming off the bench is Tatum Schultz. She angles it off the glass, but not before it finds the stick of Polson. And Amber Green decides to cover up as Polson, and somewhat sliding into her, not viciously or anything, was her captain, Brittany Lanzilli. So a lot of stop and go here through this third period. As back we go. Face-off win now up ahead here, and canceling a player out there was Ann Lee. Now down low playing is Mercek. Mercek was canceled out there by Lanzilli. Up ahead here near side, giving chase there is Katie Turner. She does finally get it out of the zone, but back to grab it is Arnold. Arnold will go angle this one off the Ice House logo on the far boards. LaBelle gets kind of tripped up there, maybe blew a tire. But nevertheless, going back the other way now is Ann Lee. Ann Lee had this one knifed off of her stick, and it's sailed by the head of Hannah Sullivan. Up ahead here, Green turns this puck aside as into play it. Into the corner is Levasseur. Finally up and up to the point as Moore fires up and was looking for the blade. Camped out in front was Levasseur. She's still camped out up there, but up ahead and angled off the stick of Juliana Dolan. Coming up and playing it, just left it behind her, was Britt Levasseur. Now up ahead. Hardy tried to wrap around attempt, but was denied there by Green. Behind her own net goes Kelly Dolan. Up ahead for, I believe that was Juliana Dolan. From the face-off circle, circling back goes Kelly Dolan. Left wing now. Dolan will circle back into the corner and try to just get this out of the zone. And it went by the blade of Tara Rebellis. Icing waved off as she had the opportunity to play it and could have. Now just backhanded back in by Paratis. Nothing there. Now up ahead for Fortune. Fortune scored the second goal, and this one goes off the side of the cage. Jesse rushing. Back for Rebellis, a shot turned away by the goaltender in Green. Ziemba shot that went far, the far post. Up at the half boards, back up out is Polson. Polson by the ACHA logo, looking for the blade to get it to Jesse Rushing, and she couldn't get it done. This one hopped up, and a good defensive play there is now having her stick whacked is Brittany Lanzilli. She finally guides it up ahead, and she peels off for a change. As trying to get it up into the zone is Cassandra Bidkowski. It was knifed off of her stick as getting slashed a little bit is Olivia Knight. She comes back holding. She finally has come back as now heading to the bench goes Olivia Knight. Now in, Dungy settles it down as Levasseur back the other way trying to generate some speed. Taking a bad angle, Sarah Graham, and now Levasseur gets angled off as the play goes to the front of the net. Amber Green saw enough and decided to cover up the puck. The Golden Gophers warming up. Liberty getting their stretching, their calisthenics done. Goal of just trying to stay loose as they get ready for game number 4. Face-off win by Adrian College as Coleman goes back to her D for Arnold, and Arnold just sends this one deep. Out back behind her own net, played DeMarco. And now finally with the puck out goes Hannah Sullivan. Sullivan trying to generate his speed. She finally does clear the zone and just dumps this in where Arnold will give chase for the Bulldogs. Was met there by number 21 and Katie Turner. Now Turner tried to centering pass there. It was canceled away by Arnold. By Moore. She gets back up. Now Arnold corrals the puck and tried to clear it out, but it found the back of Sarah Graham. Now crowning it defensively is Meredith Gallagher, and Gallagher tried to go D to D, but it was too hard for DeMarco. DeMarco finally catches up with it as the puck slows down, but was canceled out by San Fortune. Still just ahead of the red line, and Amherst gains the zone. Up ahead and being sticked off there by Hardy. Now up ahead, the shot was from Kelly Dolan. It wasn't a good one as it found the blade of a Bulldog camped out in front. This one going to be sent past the red line. The Bulldogs have iced the puck. 14:25 left in period number 3. And again, should the score stay, Adrian College would take a 1-game series lead in this best of 3. Of course, important to invade that third game, that winner take all. We saw it with Illinois last night as they played Adrian College. Now up to head, and Fortune may have blown a tire here in front of her own bench. Now DDD pass is now playing it. Lawler tried to get this up into the zone, but not before it was loose and crawled by Kyleen Wilson. Up ahead goes Olivia Knight, and now Hardy stole the puck. Back the other way we go. Up ahead, Rebella sent it. It was sticked off now. Rebellis, and having her stick lifted and kind of in frustration. Oh, nice move there. Now back the other way. Shot that went over everyone. Applied by Paradis. Back behind her own net goes O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan goes DDD, where Olivia Knight plays it up ahead, finally out of the zone, but waiting for the puck just outside the blue line was Rebellis. Got caught in the skate of the linesman, and now finally deep where Levasseur plays it. Into the corner she goes. Now back as a centering pass denied by multiple Amherst defenders. Kelly Dole just guides this up. She peels off for a change. Play goes down low, and in for Mercek to play it. Mercek still with it as her stick was lifted. The shot here, drive by Harrison, goes short of the near post and went off the end boards. Now up ahead, still kept in, just sent back in by Camp, and she scores! Well, the way Camp reacted, she didn't think it was going in, and it was a bit of a changeup, a high arcing shot. A rolling puck that she fired off, and now the Adrian College Bulldogs find themselves up by 3 goals. To my point, Illinois played 4 games in 4 days, and in the championship game against the Adrian College Bulldogs in Division I last night for the men's side, they just looked gassed. So you want to avoid that 3rd game if at all possible. However, if you lose a first game, you don't really have much of a choice. I'll try to knife this one down was Meredith Gallagher. Back and turned away by Green. I don't think Green on that shot really got a good read on it. It sailed up over her shoulder and top corner. Camp, the way she reacted, she didn't expect it to go in. I think she was looking for someone out in front. Now stick lift there is maybe taking a little too much time as Hannah Sullivan trying to send this one deep. You see Camp, that might have been the difference there. Camp just ripped it as soon as she got to the puck. I was looking at these UMass Amherst players to kind of settle it down before they get something going. Now sending it in, Kelly Dolan settled back behind. Dungy came out to play it. She left it for her defense as this one kept in at the point by Kelly DeMarco. Trying to skate by a defender was Juliana Dolan. Now back to the point here. Drive by Schultz, and it's over everyone. It's still a shutout alive for Adrian College. Now just hit down in front as having her stick tied was Juliana Dolan. And into the corner she went, tried to get the puck for UMass Amherst. Now Dolan trying to stick handled by a couple defenders, had to deal with Hardy. This one poked between the wickets of Hardy, and we're going to have a hand pass here from Hardy. Makes sense considering that Hardy was on the ground. I didn't think that Juliana Dolan would have been able to poke that one through. 11:21 left here in period number 3. So far, a goal in each period for Adrian College. As right now, UMass Amherst just looking to try to get on the board however possible. Back the other way as playing it was Kelly DeMarco, D-to-D. I was looking for Joanna Olsen, who was crashing toward the middle of the net. She had to put in the brakes and reverse her field. Head goes DeMarco. DeMarco leaves it for Olsen. Shot here, and somehow making the save was Dungy. Keeping the shutout alive. Shot here and into the trapper of Dungy as Dungy has some words with her defenseman just to make sure that they're all on the same page. 10:52 left here in period 3. If UMass Amherst doesn't get 3 goals. And shot here, and it rang off the crossbar. Now down low. And trying to stick handle and getting it by with Sabrina Kemp. She just got the last goal for Adrian College. And a penalty against Adrian College. Oh no, I guess it's... Well, it is against Adrian College. It's going to be against Danica Polson. A little bit confused because I guess the ruling was that Adrian College didn't have possession of the puck, but finally gained, and it'll be a trip against Danica Polson. So 2 minutes at 9:32 of period number 3. Face off one, trying to get through was Lanzilli. She had her stick tight. Now back to the point here where DeMarco. Now goes D to D, up ahead for Lanzilli. Lanzilli trying to stick handle. Passes to Sullivan. Now DeMarco. DeMarco didn't have that shooting lane, so she tried to go down low with it. DeMarco will play it down at the half boards. Battle there, support from Lanzilli. As everyone now kind of crept over here with UMass Amherst. I don't think the puck's frozen, but they're going to have to dig this one out, and now the puck ruled frozen here. You kind of see the angle here, an interesting angle, because the half boards blocked off by the stands. It cut off at about bench level and about 10 feet over the ice. So 9:58 here, about 89 seconds left on the power play for Amherst, as trying to just hold it in is Rebellis. And now Amherst going to have to dig this one out. It takes 3 Minutemen to get it out. Now out in front, as in front was Dolan, and she couldn't send it home. She was almost stepped into, and now back to the point here for DeMarco. Coleman now back for DeMarco. Coleman out there in front trying to apply pressure on the back check. Now for DeMarco, who now walks inside of the circle here, sending a centering pass here. No one there, back for Lanzilli. Lanzilli trying to get by someone. Just sent this one on net, and it went off the shin pad of Kylene Wilson. Goes back to the Amherst blue line and into the zone. That's now angling it up ahead. And now into the zone, Megan Lawler. She got angled off here, is now with the puck. Stepped into, but now goes Lawler. Lawler into the slot, tried to send something in, no one home. Back the other way, and at the point was blocked in, and now just sent back in by Hannah Sullivan. Into the near side corner, play goes as Kylene Wilson tried to angle this one, and finally does go up, and it'll go 200 feet with the last 20 seconds. So Amherst maintained some pressure, but still 0 shots on their power play. Goes back where Harrison plays it up. Now for Warsick, or Mersick, excuse me. Into the zone goes Binkowski. Binkowski angled it off and now trying to pull it out, but not back down to Binkowski. Binkowski shot into the wickets of Harrison, and now crashing, activating from the point was Sarah O'Sullivan. They do keep it in. The power play ended. Now going and chasing it in the corner. Got it up near our side board, Sabrina Kemp. Now Kemp below the goal line. Gets on, reverses her ice, and now up ahead here. That's keeping it in the zone, and we're going to have a high touch here against Harrison if she touches up, and does. 7:54 left in period number 3. Face-off will come to the blocker side of the goaltender and Allison Dungy, who for her efforts has earned a shutout so far. She'll have to hold it for the last 7:54. Now playing out in front here. A pat save and finally just guided out by a defenseman in Sabrina Kemp out of Rochester Hills, Michigan. Winning the race to the end boards there, but not giving away to the corner. The Bulldogs pressing into the corner. Levis here up ahead, and this one went off a couple Amherst players out in front of net. Where LaBelle get tripped up. No penalty there. Could have argued it. Also maybe could have argued embellishment. Nevertheless, no call here, as the referees will let LaBelle dig this one out. Now centering pass here was angled off and deflected out by Kelly DeMarco. Ground the puck, Tatum Schultz tried to clear it off the glass. Didn't, but it was canceled out. Now trying to skate by goes Lanzilli. Up ahead for Dolan. Dolan behind the goal line. Lanzilli plays it into the corner, being watched by two Bulldogs. Drop pass there as two Bulldogs, maybe not the best idea. Nevertheless, now battle here at the blue line, right in front of the Adrian College bench. All the women there trying to dig the puck out. Now Moore comes out with the puck, goes D-to-D for Arnold. And the Bulldogs have iced the puck with 6:36 left. Arnold was looking for Harrison up. Excuse me, wasn't looking for Harrison, but it was Arnold looking for Levasseur. Couldn't find her. Puck about waist level and went the rest of the length of the ice, icing the rolling. Maddie Arnold in the circle. And now getting tossed out. Also the captain, Kaylee Hardy. Hardy now with the puck after the face-off win for the Bulldogs. She goes a 2-on-2 here as Fortune's with her far side. Being angled off there, good defensively, Sarah O'Sullivan. But Hardy turned the corner and got back to the center of the net. Now still out in front off the cage. Hardy looking for a wraparound attempt, but it was denied by Green. 6:19 left in period number 3. Again, the fourth and final game of the night on the docket. Liberty University and the University of Minnesota. A face-off time of just under an hour away. And we thank you for joining us here on the ACHA National Championships Network. Around the boards we go as this one played, and not out of the zone, but finally does. Goes D-to-D here, getting it is Rebellis. Just dumping it deep goes Paratus. Now below the red line and angled off the backboards by DeMarco. Now near side, Joanna Olsen gets it up to center ice. Now where the puck goes, Megan Lawler. Lawler at the half boards and setting this one in deep and rejected by Coleman. From her own face-off circle goes Polari. She finally gets it up and ahead for Paratus. Paratus walks in and a save by Green. Wide open net there. If I believe that was Paratus was able to get it up. Now Ziemba walks by, turns the corner here, out in front, still out in the slot, finally cleared away by the Amherst players. Trying to clear the zone. Backhand attempt. I think Binkowski was looking for a pass. Couldn't find it. Now finally back in and out. Messing around on the blue line we go. Joanna Olsen now with it. Just sends it up. And being rubbed off the puck there was Brittany Lanzilli. Now looking Lanzilli. She gets back, blown a tire here. Was rushing. Lanzilli here still at the ACHA logo. Now just sent deep. Turned away and crawling the puck. With 4:42 left in the third goes Allison Dungy. Goes to say, game number 1, always important. Always hard to battle back and win 2, and especially in this national tournament type format where you need to win 2 of 3. You don't want to end up having to play 5 days in a row. 5 games in 5 days. It's kind of a rough series. Back the other way. Hey, good sprawling effort to block that pass by Sarah O'Sullivan. Of course, today, Wednesday, tomorrow would be game 2 for all of the teams in Division 1. And up ahead goes Sullivan. Was angled off there by Moore as she sent it the length of the ice. It was touched by a couple of players, and icing rolled off here. Well, that was interesting there. Olivia Knight, I feel that felt like she had a teammate behind her. She let that one go. Finally, the Minutemen do clear it as Moore finally gets it up and goes for LaBelle. Back the other way, the puck was intercepted. Now trying to stay onside. It was Turner. Shot here in the wickets of Dungy. She puts a squeeze on it, but of course the preliminary days today through Friday. Friday, all the games that are, if necessary, will be played on Friday. and then followed by the semifinals Saturday and the finals on Sunday. Face-off win here, a tie-up, and looks like just on top of the puck here was Hardy. She's been on top of it a couple of times. Now Paradis hangs on to it, was late waiting for Fortune and found her. Although it was smacked off of her stick, Hardy giving support. Now finally below the goal line and was looking for Paradis, who had the puck knifed off. Up ahead now and kept in the zone and slamming her stick on the ice. In frustration, Joanna Olsen. Now Olsen all by herself in an errant pass. Finds a blade of Ziemba. Ziemba up ahead, the number 2 team in the country goes and currently up ahead 3-0. 2:54 left here in period number 3. Up ahead, deflected in now. A good job there to race to it was Joanna Olsen. Olsen with a shot here, and she scores! Olsen roofed it, and she's been frustrated. She had a couple of opportunities, and she's fired up. Rightfully so, too. With 2:44 left in period number 3. So, the goal from Joanna Olsen, her first of the tournament, her 18th on the year. And it gets the deficit down to 2. Now up ahead here, as now playing it is DeMarco. She'll just send this one deep around the boards. And there to meet, waiting for the puck is Arnold. She was angled off there by Lanzilli. Up ahead, Dolan, part of that group out in front now. Squeezing, and it goes wide of the crease. As I think that's Polson now with it. Now Lanzilli into the corner. Someone lost a stick. As now picking it up far side is Kelly Dolan. Angle off the boards, and it's going to go the length of the ice. The Bulldogs device the puck with 1:57 left here in period number 3. So late drama and finally getting on the board, Joanna Olsen. Adrian College takes a timeout just to make sure that they have an opportunity to rest up their players. Of course, you don't want Amherst to make this a 1-goal game with 1:57 left in period number 3. Again, we thank you for joining us here on the ACHA National Championships Network. This matchup between number 2 Adrian and number 7 UMASS. Something that we also want to make you aware of. This game will pick up with game number 2 tomorrow night. The game right back here at the Ohio Health Ice House, scheduled for a 4:45 face-off. So just a little bit earlier than what the face-off was tonight. Of course, the nightcap here tonight, 9:30, a local face-off. Liberty University versus the University of Minnesota, the 1 versus 8 seed. So the women's D1 tournament, it's not one and done. It is, you got to win 2 of 3 before going to the semis. We'll take a timeout here. Usually, kind of the standard use of a timeout in a close game. You want to save it towards the end of the game. Using on something like this to burn a timeout for tired players. Give them a bit of a break. Empty net there, far side, so they pulled Amber Green. Lanzilli doesn't win the faceoff, but it goes back to Amherst. Shot out in front here. Now finally out of the zone. Having to give chases Fortune, as trying to cancel out her stick was Kelly Dolan. Fanning on the pass. Olivia Knight now back the other way, D to D. As kind of a weird attempt there. Hannah Sullivan. Now this one sent on net. Maybe a high touch there. Was waved off by the linesman. Now played up ahead near side boards for Juliana Dolan. Lanzilli trying to generate some speed through the Blue Jackets logo. Center ice. 1:22 left here. Back up ahead, and Now Hardy's going to have some room. She decides to circle back, and it's going to be up to the Amherst forecheck. Up ahead here is now Ziemba. Tried to play it back. Now for Rebellis. Up ahead, Ziemba now gets it. She skates by, turns the corner here. She just has to fire, and does! And with 54-3, that will do it for game number 1. So Ziemba gets the empty net goal, and that will all but wrap it up for game number 1 and give Adrian College a 1-game lead going into tomorrow. Face off center ice here, won by Amherst. They'll finally back up, and now up ahead goes, well, was it? Well, it looks like Polson. We'll see if it was 51. No, it was Polson. Oh, back the other way. Knight tried to play it. Polson just leaves it back for Ziemba, who's in the corner up tight here. And, ooh, there's a nasty-looking collision. Olivia Knight gets up perfectly fine, though. As Rushing will go back and play it with the last 20 in this game. And now Polson carried it back in the zone, but circled around. Now Ziemba up ahead. Was looking for Rushing, couldn't find the blade of her. And crawling the puck goes O'Sullivan. Up ahead, Camp plays it. Camp can't get it deep. But we go to the last 4-3. And this one just sent up all the way in the last second, and that will do it for game number 1. Adrian College a win by the score of 4-1. And that will do it for game number 1, with Adrian College taking a 1-game lead over the Minutemen of UMASS Amherst. We thank you for joining the broadcast here tonight and invite you to stay tuned and come back for game number 4 between the Liberty University Bulldogs and, Liberty University and the Golden Gophers of the University of Minnesota. For everyone here at ACHA National Championships, Boz and Chavari on the call, and hope that everyone has a good night.